guys, welcome back to Bellyacre's Kitchen. We just got in from taking another load of scrap metal that we have been cleaning off of this abandoned farm. Uh, so we just got back and it is 11:30 and everybody is really hungry. So I thought I'll come in and I will make a barbecue chicken pizza really fast and show you guys how I do that. So I'm going to start off with preheating my oven to 500 degrees. And when I do that, I am also going to put my pizza stone in there to heat with it. So I'm going to put all of that, just stick that in there. Of course, not going to grease it or anything. It's the pizza stone. It's not a pizza stone, but it's stoneware. And then I am going to preheat that oven for 500 degrees. So this is quick pizza. Yes, I could just get some crescent roll out of the refrigerator and just throw it together, but this pizza dough recipe, it really does take about like 10 minutes to rise is all you have to let it rise. So might as well just make it, right? I have this plastic one, but I'd so much rather use a glass one instead of the plastic. So I'm going to go ahead. This is also Pampered Chef. I know I talked about I never point out what all I use. It's Pampered Chef. This is Pampered Chef, and the cool thing about this is I have two sizes. You can put a lid on it, like if you make pancake batter or something that you're wanting to save, it comes with a lid, and that just makes it so much easier. But we're not talking about Pampered Chef right now. Let's see. The thing about yeast is you don't want your water too hot because you can kill the yeast. I used to think, okay, it needs to be warm, and then the hotter the better to activate the yeast. You don't want it too hot. You want it, they usually say like 110 degrees is like the top, but I try to get it a little less than that. So there's a cup of water. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to do a tablespoon of sugar, just plain white sugar. That's just going to feed the yeast. It's going to make it nice and frothy. And then a tablespoon of yeast. There we go. Just have that in my little bowl here, in my little cup. And I'm going to go ahead and use this spatula and stir it up. There we go. Just kind of scrape it off the sides. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I think I can come down just a little bit more. There we go. Just want to get it all mixed in there. Frank is a little excited. Desi's sitting on the couch watching TV, and I don't know, I think he thinks when somebody's sitting on the couch, he's supposed to entertain them. So let me go ahead and move the camera down a little so you guys can see. I also want to kind of give you guys a behind the scenes on what, let's see if that's chopping off my head. Let me give you a behind the scenes. When I have a recipe that I need to follow, like I want to make sure I get the ingredients right. This is why I love this tile table. I just use a dry erase marker and I write my ingredients down so that whenever I'm talking to you guys, I'm not having to look at a piece of paper or look at the I mean, I can't use my phone because that's what I record on, so I will write my ingredients down, and if I'm using a new recipe, I will read through it and I pretty much know what to do with it. But if I want to make sure that I have my ingredients I just write it down with a dry erase marker, and that works really well for me. So just kind of behind the scenes, I've always been real with you guys. That's how it is. A lot of my stuff is in my head and I can do it just perfect, but some of this stuff, like especially dough and things like that, if I haven't done it over and over, like this pizza dough, I will put it, write it down. So just something cool. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer for 10 minutes for this. I want this to really proof. That's also the time that I want my pizza stone to rise or to heat. All right, so over the weekend, Rusty smoked 2 whole chickens, and you guys, we've already eaten one. They are so good, that smoked flavor, and that's why when we were on the way home, oh my gosh, just unwrapping this. Oh, it smells so good. On the way home, I was thinking about this. Look, we've already cut into this one, and we already ate the entire other one. So this chicken, I know it looks, you look at it and you're thinking, is that burnt? But it is not. It is cooked to perfection. I'm going to use this knife. And it's been in the refrigerator. So while that is proofing, I am going to use this steak knife and cut this open. Can you smell that chicken just right away? Just right away. You smell it. I'm going to take this breast meat off. The crazy thing about smoking chickens is it does take a few hours. So that's why Rusty's really good about doing 2 at a time. But you guys, we have made so many different things from this smoked chicken this week alone, to where you don't get tired of it really, you know. I may need a little more than that, but I just want to show you guys. I even made smoked chicken chicken salad. So good. I am going to take the skin off of this because when you're eating pizza, you don't want to have just like a big chunk of skin on there. That might be a little crazy, but it's so tender and moist on the inside even still. And this is out of the refrigerator, so it's pretty cold, but look at that. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Again, if you are new, we do not have a microwave. Our microwave went kaput a couple of months ago, and I just have not had the want to buy another one. I mean, I think we're doing just fine. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a pot. So if I had a microwave, then I would, of course, put it in the microwave, but I'm going to stick it right in here. I have found a cool way to warm up chicken if I wasn't going to be adding barbecue sauce to that, is to take a, let's see, where is it at? Take a strainer like this, put it on top of a pot like this, fill the bottom of your pot, and then use it like a double broiler and just put your chicken inside this. Put a lid on top of it, and it steams that chicken so beautifully, so it keeps it moist. You don't end up with rubbery chicken, kind of like you do in the microwave if you leave it too long. So yes, good stuff. I am going to need a little more chicken than that for my pizza. So here we go. Let's get in here so you guys can see this as we're slicing this off of this chicken. It smells so good. Smoked anything smells amazing. And you guys, Rusty smokes this. He doesn't have a propane or pellet, well, of course not propane, but he doesn't have a pellet grill. He's smoking this with wood. And so, oh yeah, like, I mean, I know the pellets are compressed wood, but he's gone old school, baby. He's going old school, and it is nice. Not that there's anything wrong with the pellet grills. Don't come at me. I think the pellet grills are awesome and they would be so convenient. But the time and effort it takes for Rusty to get temperatures just right and, you know, kind of babysit this is just awesome that he would even do it. I just want to take as much of that out of there on this side as I can. I may have to take a little on this side. I'm just doing all the white meat right now for this pizza, but we definitely do eat the dark meat too. I'm thinking with the leftover, I may make a smoked chicken pot pie. If you've never had a smoked chicken pot pie, oh my gosh, you're missing it. You are missing out. We do have a video of that, that we've done that before. I think it's actually on the other channel, as a in the kitchen series on Robertson's Belly Acres before we came over to Belly Acres Kitchen and created this channel. So we're gonna chop this up. It's just kind of some of the things that I will do, you know, in the middle of the day. This will go a lot faster if I'm not recording, but I wanted you guys to kind of see how easy it is to do some of this stuff here at home without having to go to town and order a pizza, or, I mean, it's really kind of the same amount of time you're going to be waiting for that. So I think that's going to be plenty of chicken for the pizza. Okay, and remember, this is already cooked, so it's not something that has to cook. But I'm going to go ahead and grab some, this is just original barbecue sauce, slow simmered Kraft. Use whatever kind of barbecue sauce you want to use. Make your own barbecue sauce, that's really good too. So put some barbecue sauce in it. And you don't have to heat this up if you don't want to. You can just put it cold on the pizza and let it warm up all together, or you can heat it up, whichever you want to do. Let's preheat it. We're waiting for everything else anyway. We want to make a pizza really fast, so we're going to go ahead and preheat that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my onion into the pizza, into that while it's preheating, so then that way it can all preheat together, and then our onions are already partially cooked by the time they go on the pizza. So let's dice up an onion, or half an onion, because we will do onions and we will do jalapenos on this pizza. Probably just on half of the pizza. You can also do chicken bacon ranch this way. You know, putting your ranch seasoning in and some bacon, but this is going to be super fast because, like I said, everything's already cooked. If I was not on a time crunch, I would put these onions on the pizza raw, just like this, and let the pizza cook it out. But I do want to get this done because everybody's hungry, and I get to keep my grandson today. So he's going to be on his way soon, and he is a year old and crawly and into things, and I'm so excited. It's going to be fun. Ooh. Gotta pay attention. We don't burn this. Okay. I'm going to turn that lower one on. Not real sure. Put a little bit of water in that. Pay attention to your stuff because it can burn super fast. Put a lid on my chicken so that the onions can just kind of steam in there, cook all together. Set that aside. I left my compost bucket out in the greenhouse, so all of that's going to go in the pig slop. They'll love that chicken skin, believe me. So nothing goes to waste. It either goes to compost, not the chicken skin, but or to feed the pigs and or chickens. But I won't feed the chickens chicken, if that makes sense. And I won't feed the pigs pork. So that's kind of determines who gets it. My pizza stone is warm. I'm going to set that aside. All right. So this has been proofing for 10 minutes. Let me put this over here. I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil to this. See how frothy it is? It's a beautiful, beautiful proof right there. We're going to go 1 whole tablespoon of olive oil, and we are going to gently mix this in. Grab a small spatula and gently mix that in. Okay, now I want to use this bowl, and I'm going to start with 2 cups of flour, and I can always add another half a cup if I need to. So 2 cups of flour, and then a teaspoon of salt. So let me close that up and grab some salt. Teaspoon of salt. Okay. And I'm going to mix that all together. Okay. Now I'm going to create a well, and I'm going to start pouring this yeast oil mixture into my dough here, into my flour. And just mixing it. I'm going to get everything out of there. All the goody goody. Rusty walked in the door, so Frank, here's him. We're going to mix all of that together. Okay. Okay, let me check my chicken over here. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, I am going to go ahead and start mixing this with my hands. May have actually needed a little more water. Okay, definitely not going to need more flour for this. Once we get all of that together, move my chicken over. The one thing this tile table is not good for is kneading dough because you have grout lines and that can get gross. So onto my kneading board. It's actually a cutting board, like you didn't know. And I don't even need any flour on here. It's all mixing well. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of this olive oil, dump it back in my bowl. Whew, that was a little bit more than I wanted. I'm going to coat my bowl. I'm just using the same bowl I used to mix it in. I'm also going to coat my ball of dough, and I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to let that rise for 10 minutes. Set my timer. Okay, so my timer just went off for the 10 minutes, and my pizza ball isn't quite doubled, but it is bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. Okay. Remember, I did warm up my stoneware. So basically, I'm not gonna roll this out. I'm just going to start stretching it. Okay. Lay it on the stone. Ooh, that stone is hot. Right here would be good when you could have a pizza roller, but just oil your hands. I'm just using the olive oil that's still in that pan, in that bowl, and just start pushing it out. You don't want to push it out too far because you will make holes. And it doesn't have to cover the whole pan. You can just, of course, I'm going to want to cover the whole pan, but you don't have to. You can just make a round little piece of crust in the middle. This is just going to be a flat bottom. I'm not going to make any edges on it or anything. It's just a quick lunchtime pizza. And you can make this at dinner too. Getting a little close. And yes, I could have just used crescent rolls, and it'd be so good too. But something about the yeast dough crust that is bomb, you guys. Okay. Good enough. I'm not going to stress over that. All right, so now because I'm making barbecue pizza, just going to dump some barbecue sauce right on there. Use my spatula that I've been using to stir that chicken. I did turn the chicken off, and I just had it on low simmer. I added a little water to it to help out those onions. But here we go. That's beautiful. Okay. And then I'm going to take my chicken. This is that smoked chicken with barbecue and onions. And I'm just going to dump that right on top. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. I'm just going to dump that right on top. Okay. That was almost perfect on the amount. And then, you guys, I didn't think about this until I was putting this together. Like a little bit of cheese, so. And I'm not going to run to town to grab cheese. So it's not going to be a real cheesy pizza, but it is going to be a barbecue delight for sure. I forgot I made homemade mac and cheese when my grandbabies were here the other night, and I used up all my cheese. So Not going to be a whole lot of cheese. It's not that big of a deal. It still has cheese on it. It's still going to be good. And and Rusty and Desi, I think, are hungry enough. They're not going to complain. They just want something to eat at this point. I am going to go ahead and add jalapenos to one side of this. They're not hot jalapenos, so we can be pretty liberal with these. Some of the pickled jalapenos you get are like extremely hot, and it just kind of makes it hard. Okay, to put them on stuff. Okay, so 500 degrees. This stone is already warm. It's not that warm, obviously, because I can touch it. Into the oven for about 15 minutes and see how it goes. All right, guys, it has been, what, 16 minutes? And that is done. So when you think about, let's see, took 10 minutes for the dough to proof, for the yeast to proof, and 10 minutes for the yeast to rise. And then, of course, I already had the cooked chicken, but if I didn't, I could have, made hamburger or something in between that time. And then, let's see, 10 minutes to, 16 minutes to bake. So we are looking at a total of about 36 minutes by the time we couldn't have drove into town and back in that time to pick up a pizza. Never mind ordering it. Okay. It's hard to get in there. Whoo, that's hot, hot, hot. I'm going to use this little spatula. This works really well for these tight spaces. Plus, it's metal. It has a sharp end, so you can kind of cut those if you need to. I just want to see this. I want to see the bottom. I want to see the middle. It's hard to get on the edges of that. Okay.
Oh, right on the table.
Right on the table. All right. So let's inspect this a little bit. You see the sides are done. You look in there in this inside. The crust is done. It is not doughy. And on the bottom, it is done. So it's very hot. And I know everybody's very hungry. I think we have some ranch dressing in there. Did you want some ranch dressing?
Yeah, I get it.
Desi, are you going to want some of this pizza?
Yes.
It is barbecue chicken pizza. Barbecue smoked chicken pizza. All right, I'm giving Rusty 2 big O pieces here. Do you want jalapenos or not, Desi?
No.
And my pizza cutter. It's kind of crazy. You're welcome. And there's ranch dressing in there if you need it. And it's very, very hot, guys. It just came out. I don't need a dinner bell here. If anybody's outside, they just start smelling the food. Come running in.
It's time to eat.
It's time to eat. For right now, do you want some ranch, Desi? Not enough?
Yep.
One more. You want ranch, babe?
Please. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. You want a fork?
Please.
Want a fork, Desi?
Please.
Ooh, a boy's gonna come see me.
The boy's gonna come see you.
Yes, I dropped a fork, and I love that little boy with all my heart, so I'm excited.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I dropped a fork, so my mama always said that means a boy's gonna come see you. It's hot, hot, hot. We can wait. I just want to do the taste test.
Yeah.
Okay. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Salut.
Is it? Salut, salut.
Oh.
You guys. Smoked chicken. Barbecue smoked chicken pizza for lunch
Mm-hmm.
with jalapenos.
I
It's
can
good
have for days.
for days. Super quick, guys. I mean, we could not have drove into town and ordered a pizza and been back here to eat in the time that I made this pizza.
Nope.
So, you can cook at home. It's just if you want to cook at home. But anyway, I just wanted to share a quick, simple recipe for lunch or dinner, at either or. Like I said,
For breakfast. I can eat this anytime. I'm with Desi.
we did. I did already have the chicken, Rusty. Like I said, smoked 2 chickens over the weekend, and we have been eating chicken. And you would think, man, I'm tired of chicken, but I have made so many different things with the chicken that every time it's something different. So different
Totally
flavor
different.
palette. So anyway, I hope you guys like our videos. If you do, please hit the like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep, share with your friends.
Leave us some comments, you guys. Let us know what you think about Rachel's Pizza here. But most of all, don't forget to smash that bell and get notified of the next new video when it comes out.
Yep, until next time, you guys. God bless.
See ya.
Peace.